Well, looky here, guys. Tuesday market open. That's what we're here for. A little bit late today, guys, but I did set 10:30. I did tell you. I see a lot of complaints in the chat, but don't worry, community. We are here now. We are ready to talk about this market. First, the intro, then we'll talk about what is going on right now and whether we can expect to read the markets today, both the crypto and stock indices. We'll see very soon. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone out there around the world. Whew, you guys are brutal in the chat today. I've seen some nasty comments. Nasty comments about lateness. It's not late when I set the time to 10:30. I did tell you guys in the Discord community that I would be around this time today, unfortunately. But don't worry, we've got an action-packed time for you. I think it's like condensing all the fun into a little bit shorter period. Oh my goodness, what is going on? XLM, understanding that I now know the technologies. That's right, slow mode is enabled. That means that the spammer shouldn't be able to spam. You guys have every 20 seconds to make a chat. It's all good. If you're like me and you like saying like, hello, how are you as two separates, it won't work anymore. But you know what? It's what we got to do to stop the spammer, the Russian spammer that got us yesterday. That guy had so many accounts, guys. I think he had like 30 different accounts when he hit us. But anyway, that's all right. He's gone now. Let's hope. Good morning, everyone. How are we going? BTC, crypto fun. Is it stopping? Well, I think it's only okay. I think it's okay. We've seen some interesting things. Now, let's talk about where we're at. I don't really particularly like this 4 hour. We'll start off with the crypto market here, and then we'll go into the stock markets, which are looking a lot better, by the way. Crypto market. What is this? BTC, you're doing me dirty. Why are you doing us dirty like this one? Indecision candle at this 8 hour 20. We got through the trend line. We started the repair. We got closure above. Well, did we really? Oh my goodness. 8 hour. Oh, maybe not. Right around this 39,000, a problem zone. We hit 40 a few times, or just around 40, and then we've sold off. I'd like to see recovery now for BTC. We don't want BTC back down in here again. Otherwise, we're just going to more structural kind of level where we kind of sit around. A lot of people are now saying June. They're kind of predicting like, June 6th or June 10th or whatever else dates they're going to be saying. Really, it comes down to the price action. We know where the bulls regain control of the market, 42.5. It's pretty clear. You look at this chart, everything like this shows me that we should have a bottom in. It'd be unlikely for us to stop hunt this bottom that was caused over here. If it did happen on BTC, that would be really bad. In fact, I think if you got to stop hunt through this zone, we're going all the way to 20K town, and really crypto's in the mud at that point. We need recovery now. So I'd like to see it bounce here. Maybe we'll go into the smaller time frame, see if we can find a reason it may do so. And then hopefully we return back up to the 42.5. All I'm doing is watching Bitcoin. Of course, all the other coins are giving way better profits. I understand that. But at the same time, they give it all up again as well if BTC slides. I mean, ADA, Cardano, 145 today. We've got Ethereum, 2417. Let's have a quick look around the chat. Guys, I want you to predict today. Are we going to go up or down on the Nasdaq? I want you to predict from this level. I don't want to know about like, yes, it's green already, but I want to know from this point. So the point is 13,712. Are you a bull or a bear for today? We've already got 719 viewers. Guys, what do you think? I'm interested to see what you guys think of it, and then I'll tell you what I think after. Good evening, Thomas, says Panos. Good evening, Panos. Good to have you here. Rocktopus, always great. Huey as well. Ganzo, and of course the mods as well are coming through here. Nice shirt, says Alpha T. It's like a Conor McGregor shirt. It's like one of those shirts that's kind of like ugly, so you've got to wear it. That's the type of thing. You know how like you go into like a Louis Vuitton store? Not that I ever do. But if you go in there and it's like this hideous, ugly shirt. So ugly. And then they want like $3K for it. That's what's up. Up, then down, says Alpha T. Ooh, okay. Good one. Alan Color says up, then down. Maybe you're thinking like I'm thinking here. Up, Nasdaq, flat Dow. Fair enough. Open elite. Vienna says up, bull. Flat, says Stella J. And then the rest. Cat today. Cat. Flat, indecision, says K Clark. So it looks like all you guys are up and bull. Now, either we're big brain here, or that has me concerned. Remember, whatever the chat tells us, whatever you guys say, sometimes it usually does the opposite. And that's what I'm actually thinking up as well, then up, down. Okay, up, down is my thought process, and I'll explain why soon. So BTC, let's go into the smaller time frames. We're going to have to, because we have absolutely no clear direction there. Could we be creating some kind of inverse head and shoulders? Some people probably going to be talking about that now. Remember, you can find head and shoulders anywhere. You can basically say, okay, we've got left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The problem with patterns is it's not about the pattern. It's about the psychology of the market and the structure around it. So just because you see this and you say, oh, we've got an inverse head and shoulders, look, remember, yes, that is a left shoulder. Yes, that is a right shoulder. Yes, that is a head. And it's coming off like a bit of a downturn, but it's still not that great. You've got to really think, well, where is the real levels? Remember, horizontal support resistance is always paramount to our trading techniques here on the channel. And it's because when we use that, you will have more accuracy over the longer term. And this is a statistics game. I don't care if you can predict tomorrow. I don't care if you can predict a year from now. I want you to be able to statistically predict certain key points. You can't always predict. But when you can find participation levels, you're a big brain and you will do well. So if 42.5 is that level, and let's say this was gold or something like that, and you waited for the correct zone, you get into the market at the correct level. Let me demonstrate this. Gold, classic example recently. Double bottom, indecision or a bit of consolidation before it broke through, pickup. Quality trades across the board here in gold. Quality that will always be consistently good, downtrend, double bottom, perfect coil, breakthrough, pullback, conservative entry, movement towards the distance. If you take that participation phase, the bit here, and you don't try to predict the bottom down here, then you will be a much better trader, a much better investor over the long term. Could be a 5-minute chart, could be a 1-hour chart, could be a daily chart. Doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying. It's all about understanding that market psychology. So right now, the problem with BTC is, could you really say, oh, it's the bottoms in here? Not really. I mean, we've hit lower bottoms. I mean, if you were thinking about where's it going, 35,000 has been hit once, twice, even got lower, 3 times rejected, resistance. So that's kind of the level that you expect some buying pressure to come in on here. It also means that if we think about this trend line, it's kind of coming back to possibly spike back through. So yeah, it could stop here, or it could also go to 35,000. It's not turning around at this point. We have no data here on the 5-minute charts or the 1-hour charts or anything like that. We go to a 15-minute chart. How do we have any turnaround here? Not just yet, guys. Maybe we'll see more throughout this session, but at this point, we're thinking probably a little bit of weakness here in Bitcoin for now, followed by hopefully some strength coming in around these levels, maybe this 36, 35.5 zone. Going to be interesting and important to look at. Ethereum and everything else will follow it. Let's move over to the market here. So most people are going bull. We'll go with Nasdaq first. Nasdaq at this stage. Let's have a look at the daily. So yeah, the daily is awesome. Yesterday we were completely correct. What an amazing trade there off the support. It was really good. Was really good. So amazing stuff. We got huge breakouts here, and I'm kind of concerned here for the market for today. And the main reason is we're going to open up. The futures have hit a zone that I expect problems at, which is right around here. So somewhere between 13,750, 740 and 13,800 is going to be resistance. So if you think about where we are, we've quickly participated from 13.4 all the way up to, in the futures, 13,750. So people that were saying up, down make some sense. Maybe a little bit of up, hit that 13.8, sell off a little bit, and then hopefully resume further uptrend momentum. So we're right at that resistance, and the futures market has got us to the zone. By the way, Michael, thank you very much for the first donation of the day. Super chatted yen, 500 yens. Hi, Tom. Could you have a look at Fastly? Charts look interesting. Certainly will. It's one that I've been watching as well, so we'll check that one out. Fastly is a company that's been destroyed recently, frankly. Destroyed. So 13.8, probably around the zone that I was looking at, but realistically in the futures, it's right here. Let's go over to the QQQ because we want to use real markets whenever we can to get the bodies. Remember, body is the most important. See how the pre-market's opening at 335, and you'll see here the 336, which is a pretty much equivalent to that other zone. NDX, the real market of course, the Nasdaq with the proper levels. You'll see here again, top 13,800, and then it sold off last time. So we know there's some form of resistance through this area. And what I like to do in TradingView is I'll actually get a little box. Where's my little drawing box? I'll get my little rectangle out, might put a little red one there, and I'll draw it between my key zones, and then I'll set an alert for the bottom of the box so that I know when that box is coming up. So let's say I'm here, and I'm not going to be in front of the charts all day. You'd be a madman. But maybe you are mad and you love being in front of the charts. I'm not going to be in front of the charts. So I set an alert that hits when the box gets hit. And when that box gets hit, then I come in, and then I've got to spend some time in the front of the charts if I'm day trading, if I'm scalping, or if I've got like some swing trade that I'm really trying to nuance out of the position. So very, very key resistance zone coming in here for the Nasdaq. US 500, bullish, looks good. 42.11. Again, the pullback story could certainly be here as well. If we think about Nasdaq moving forward a little bit, then S&P 500 also coming down with the Nasdaq. What's happening? It's coming through the breakout that we've now got. And I'm not saying this is every single day this week. In fact, I think it's going bullish. But it could pull back, test the 41.80 from the top down, which is the level we just broke, give a conservative entry, and then move towards the 42.40 test. So did we see a confirmation breakout yesterday? I would say absolutely we did. Check out the SPX for that. If we go over to the daily, you'll see the closure above. This was taking out, of course, a bit of a wick rejection. Very strong looking candle. Pretty nice stuff happening here. Now, I've had some people say, oh, Tom, the volume's low, blah, blah, blah. The volume is always going to be low when you're going bullish. Okay, so bear markets tend to have huge transactions in them. So when you get these big red candles, huge transactions. When you're going bullish, you will always have a smaller amount of volume. It's generally the way that it's always done here. So thoughts for today, a little bit of up action, possibly some resistance selling. I'm going to be watching the Nasdaq, then hopefully resumption of up action. I would say we're one of the only channels and the only communities that actually switched to bull. Guys, you did it. Good work. God, yesterday was good. Damn right. Damn right. Big greens for 2 beautiful days. And guess where it was? It was in hyper stonks. Speaking of hyper stonks, we have the nasty Fastly stock. This stock has been the worst, crappiest investment for quite some time. And people are probably rightfully so considering a gap fill here, because they're looking at it and they're probably doing little searches and they're finding Fastly. It's like down the most. I mean, we think about how much this thing's down from its peak. Check this out. Boom. Oh my goodness. 70%. It's also been one of my favorite sectors. There are problems with this company, but I think you're on the right track here. I'm not one to pick up the low. So I'm not one to say, oh, I think it's all over. I usually come in, I have a look at the volume. And what's interesting in the volume here, because you want to see if we can get some accumulation, there is a little bit of increased volume over what, of course, was previously seen. We saw some big candles here coming off, of course, that big gap down that happened off earnings. The earnings were not great. Okay, they weren't that great. There was concerns over growth, and with a hyper stonk, you need, of course, a great growth story. Now we are testing the exact zone where you expect things to potentially start firing. We're at 46.35. People are definitely talking about this. Now, I'm not sure if it's some internet person that's talked about it, or if it's some Twitter person that's talked about it, or maybe you guys are doing a scanner. Maybe you can tell me in the chat right now, because I've been messaged 4 times today about Fastly. No one's talked to me about this one for months. And then all of a sudden 4 times. So I'm assuming some internet personalities talked about this. I tend to agree with the concept though. We've got a bottoming effect, 40. We've got this 46. We know that it's picked up heavy by retail as well when it starts going. So imagine if we get a little closure above this zone. We've effectively double bottomed. We've created some kind of consolidation and it becomes a decent risk reward. What's our best case? Maybe a 56, 57 or higher movement. Not bad. Then on the support side, we have a pretty strong support through the 40. And the great thing about stocks is we can always look at it this way. So we have a $40 downside and we have a $56, $57 upside. If we do and we crunch the numbers, that's over a 1-to-1 risk reward. So when we're doing our analyses and we kind of go, wow, is this trade worth taking? You could argue that your hold ability is quite strong, especially at the bases. Now, can things go under the 40? Of course, but you would expect some ability for you to potentially get out of this stock or at least further consolidation at this level. So even a false breakout may not be that bad. Sometimes when you're trying to catch the knife, you're going to get destroyed. In this case, because you're waiting for the confirmation, your upside and your downside risk is over 1-to-1. So I don't mind the Fastly play. Let's see what people say. XLM for life says someone's on the Twitters. Yes. Spot on about Kramer. What, Kramer said Fastly? God, we shouldn't touch it forever. If Kramer said Fastly, is Gavin24. Is that a Wyckoff pattern? Man, you guys, why is everyone obsessed with the Wyckoff? Guys, it doesn't work most of the time, right? You can't trade sessions with that stupid pattern. The concept is, if you're thinking about maximum extraction, just think about the psychology of the market. The pattern itself is not going to be easily tradable for you. But what you are going to see is this type of concept happen time and time again, where effectively you have a decent, strong base. And then all you need to look at is if you get like, let's say false breakouts like this one here, which is like the theory of the Wyckoff pattern, where it basically is maximum extracting from retail traders or from beginner traders. It's when it breaks through that key level of support that it's all over. And the same thing happened on Bitcoin. Just think about the human psychology in it and don't try to spot too much the pattern itself. Try to spot the concept of, hey, is there a key support getting broken? Because when you try to spot like anything like an Elliott wave or one of those patterns, you'll end up getting caught in analysis paralysis. So we want to make as much decision making as we can based on the relevant data and the support resistances and the psychology of the market at the time, along with the indices. Remember, if I was trading Amazon or Apple, first thing I would do is I would look at the Nasdaq and I would look at the S&P 500. So I'd look at the SP500. Then I would also look at something like the technology sector itself. Then I would look at the stock. Then I would look at the FANG. And I would build a story throughout all of those things. And when you bring it all together, it'll be a lot stronger. So just be careful there. So to answer your question, Michael, yeah, I think Fastly is okay. It's base forming and I don't mind it. Vulcan Gossman, super chat $5. Can you have a look at PRPL? Chronic back pain and mattress company did wonders for me. Interesting. PRPL. So obviously you like this stock for reasons that you've used it, which I think is already a valid reason for owning stuff. Give me 1 second. But on top of that, when you're talking about these types of companies, what you also want to do is, I think this is a perfect case for social arbing if you want to invest in it. So if this is a mattress company or something and you believe in it long term, read the reviews online, see whether the reviews and the searches and the Google trends and things like that are improving. Now, instantly when we come to this chart, and we'll go back over the rest in a second, guys, I'm just doing the super chat. Basically, we have support coming through this zone. You can see the pickup off the zone previously. Strong engulf here, makes a top, comes back down, tests it almost immediately. Big volume here. Earnings was obviously not the best, I guess, or earnings maybe it was just like lackluster a little bit. So because we're right at this support now, I want to see more. I want to see turnaround on the smaller time frames, lightning bolt, or I want to have that top break broken off, because I don't mind not getting the price here, but I would rather be involved in the participation to 36 and to 40. You've got very clear levels. I would rather see a little bit more. And today's candle, or the candle from yesterday, is not enough just yet. We need to see some rebound here. Whether that's an engulf, whether that's a lightning bolt, as we said, or it's a movement through this $32 zone, $33 zone with a closure. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I wouldn't just pick it up here based purely on the fact that it has broken down below before, and we've only got 3 points here, and earnings just came out. So I'd read the earnings, I'd do social arb, which is checking the online reviews, company stuff, Glassdoor, all those types of things, and then go from there. Cool stuff though. Tesla's way overpriced. Yeah, we'll check it out. You guys and the Harry stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good here. Sounds like he's drawing blood, Truly Messiah says. Nah, I'm all good. Maximum extraction. No, Kramer is a bull, so by default, I am not. Poor Kramer. The earnings is bad on Fastly. Yeah, if you want to check out more on Fastly, Muji on Twitter, that guy's pretty in on those 3 companies. He's good on CrowdStrike, Cloudflare, and Fastly. Good guy. He's I think he's gone full-time now on it as well. But he loves those companies so much. He loves them so much. Do you like HP sauce, just JP? Yeah, it's good, man. Brown sauce is good. So good. I like most sauces. So all the sauces are good. Echo Aurora, Singapore $2. TA on BMY, please. It's a pharma stock. I'll check it out in a second, Eka. Thank you, as always, for your support. So Vulcan, not bad here. On support. Hopefully can do a turnaround. Do the social arb. I think it will help you out. So let's just quickly talk about the story of the broader markets here. We've got the US 10-year, 160, coming down. Actually broken to a new low. Again, a bullish sign, in my opinion, towards the Nasdaq. The story on the weekend, inflation's coming. Get away from inflation, guys. You got to be prepared for inflation. Protect your portfolio. Guess what? The market went up straight away. I hate that fake news. Fake news, when you can find data against it, is really, really strong. And we saw that get completely debunked. We went and had a look at this US 10-year Treasury, and it just wasn't spiking. It didn't look like it was very strong either. So I think we're kind of at this point. Is this strong? Not really. It might bounce here, but I think it's kind of coming down at this stage. Go to the weekly. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I mean, look at all these rejection candles. So it looks like for now, I believe the 10-year is maybe coming down, which is good news for bulls in the market. Do I think the 10-year is going to spike to 195? Absolutely. Do I think that that's going to create a huge amount of inflation storylines? Absolutely. When does it happen? No idea. But it will come through. It will come through. Amazon, sell the news, says Devin Mills. Apple looking for breakout. Inflation. Inflation, that's right. All right, so 10 years looking good. Dollar index trying to break to a new low. We already know what that means for the market. If the dollar index breaks through here, it goes to 88.40, previous support over here. And let me put this in perspective on the weekly. If we close underneath this 88 kind of zone on the dollar index, this is so substantial to our trades in the market. In fact, it could lead to a serious amount of risk on in the markets, which will lead to, of course, higher markets, which will lead to a bigger correction at some point in the future. I've already stated in today's video, I think that S&P 500 stock market correction was so small, guys. 5%. Nasdaq, I think, was pretty substantial, 8 to 10% across the board, that we may have now a second pullback throughout the year. So I think we're going to have a second pullback. When's that going to come? Hopefully we'll be able to cover it on this channel. Make sure to subscribe. We'll check it out. I think we've been pretty good. We got that May pullback. We got April, which was a ripper. I think June is also looking okay. In fact, I shared it too on the Twitters today. Follow us, FX Evolution. Let me pop this in the rooms. Let me put it in here. Come view FX Evolution, and you'll notice I chucked up here the 1928 to 2021 data. I'm following this. I've always followed this really ever since I started. I use it as a tool, and that tool gives me a 5 to 10% feeling about how the market's going to go. Ultimately, price action makes our decision. But if price action and an average percentage sentiment change comes together, hey, I'm all in on that concept. I love it when it works like that. So June is like a sideways kind of crazy month, and then of course July is usually the boomer. That month is phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff happens in July. Don't ever sleep on July and April, guys. July, April, beautiful stuff. If you see strong technicals into them, never sleep on those two. They are predominantly good, and I hate these months here. These are all horrible. November's often a bit bleh, and then, of course, December, January is usually really, really great. So this has been tried and true for a long time. Again, using the technicals with it will be the thing that sets us free. Lol, the right corner meme, yeah. The memes are good, guys. I love the memes. Send them in. Put them in the Discord community. I think we're at 4,000 people in the Discord community as well. Thank you very much. So Echo Aurora wants TA on BMY as we go through the markets. This is Bristol Myers Squibb Co. Pharma company. Nice breakout here. You seem to be getting some good ones, Echo. I can see your thoughts here, and you're bringing the community some good stuff, man. You've had some good ones recently. You had the Western Digital play. You had quite a few good breakouts. So good work scanning the markets for us. And thank you for your donations as always. Last week kind of didn't quite get through it for it, did it? Let's have a look at the daily. Haha. I like it, Eka. Nice. It's a FX Evolution special, guys. Very cool. Oh, yeah. Dude, I like it a lot, especially if it does what it does. So you guys know that I'm a big fan of the pin bar getting closed up against. Now, we haven't got it yet, but you guys know I'm a big fan of that. Number one, that weekly looked beautiful. It was like a divine line at 67. Then we have two rejection candles. We've got a shooting star followed by another pin bar shooting star, whatever you call it. I don't really mind. You can call it whatever you want. And this is the zone that we want to see a closure above. What will that mean? It will be significant closure above. It will take out stop losses towards the short side, and of course, hopefully ensue with some bullish action. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Volume should also be accompanied by this closure, ideally, but that would be an amazing thing. Closure above this 68. Company size here, obviously large, 150 billion, so you can't expect 100% in a day or something like that. It's not a cryptocurrency, but think about how long this line's been setting up. January 20, it was hit. November 20, it was hit again. January 21, then it was hit again April 21, and we're back at the same area. Where have we been in the past? Well, we've been up to the 69, 70 level, and then of course, we've been up to the 76 level. So I think what you're trying to do here is probably one of those option specials where you use a spread. I'm not going to show you how to use a spread today because obviously it's a leveraged product and I want you guys to make your own kind of decisions. But based on the fact that you're trying to get a really small move, you have to use a different tool if you want to get a decent result from it. But yeah, it's a cool one, Eka. Thank you very much for the donation. Brent Masenko, super chat $2. TTD on the 10-to-1 split. Love your TA class. Thank you very much, Brent. Glad you're enjoying the class. That's awesome, man. And TTD's the trade desk. 10-to-1 split. I don't particularly care about the split, but obviously that will reduce it back down in price. People seem to love that. What, $55 or something, I guess. It'll be split into, making it more accessible to people. Yeah, it's trying to fill the gap. We spoke about this the other day. We also spoke about how far back TTD had come. So it had come all the way back to a 61.8 fib, the golden ratio, guys. I've been watching a pyramid thing. Not that has much to do with it, but I was watching a pyramid documentary before. I love those pyramids, guys. I don't know how I love it so much. I don't know why. I'm always fascinated by the history of that type of stuff. But anyway, golden ratio, 61.8, 50%, 38.2 fib, 38.2 fib held, 50 didn't give it anything, just went straight through it, and now it comes back up. So 600 is going to be kind of like a gap fill level, similar to Fastly. That's what people are looking for. Let's check at the 4 hour. 4 hour has broken above. When we did the TA on this the other day, we were actually below it. I think we were on a 2 hour, if I can remember rightly. Yeah, the closure above is trying to fill, so looks pretty good. And hopefully it can fill to your 603 level. BTC, by the way, 37,000 at this stage through the stream. Do I think the split affects it? Look, Nvidia's moving up today, and yes, I know people got into me. They said, "Oh, Tom, it didn't move 10% last night." Look, I accidentally had the weekly FinViz chart up. It moved 4% last night. But yeah, it's moving with the split as well. So maybe TTD can fill to 600, still $50 away from that point. Vinay Reddy says $3. Hey Tom, Shop testing 1300. What levels to watch for in the AM? We'll check out Shop in a second. Vinay, thank you very much. Let's have a look around the broader market. Let's click on the list. I haven't looked yet. Let's have a look. Okay, pre-market in the speculation. The Webull up here. If you're interested in opening a Webull, click the links in the description down below. You get free stonks, some kind of stonk. You get that when you open an account and fund it with $100. You get a couple of them, I believe. I don't get stonks. They won't give me them. They give me a small token, a crappy token. Why? I wish I could be in America so that then I could get free stonks as well. But you guys get them when you click the link. Peloton up 0.73, 101, trying to get through that 100 resistance. Palantir 2139. Look at this thing. Stupid Palantir. It hates 2130. Let's see if we can actually get a green day closure here for Palantir. CCIV, Tilray. What's down? Mara's down 3.8. AMC's kind of flat around that 1360. Still holding really great though. You guys really do have diamond hands for those stocks. I always expect them to go up real hard and then just get crunched, but they just never do. It's very impressive stuff. You got way more diamond hands on those stocks than I would. Okay, let's pull this through. So green versus red. What have we got in red? Stocks that most people here probably don't have. And on the green side, SVB, Spotify, 238. I should look at that stock actually. Baidu, 192.50. Continues trying to consolidate there. Trade Desk, obviously 1.23. Nvidia, ResMed, blah, blah, blah. Beijing? Nvidia, yeah, Palo Alto, etc. So it's good stuff on the markets at this point. Let's check out Shop for Vinay. And let's have a read of the community. What is people saying? Rocktopus. I'm not sure about that one, man. Pretty keen for this UAP report next month. Okay. The aliens gave us 618, says Dale Bros. That's right. Aliens, guys. Aliens. Flying saucers. Is the pyramid documentary why you were late today? Nah. I wasn't late. I just said it at 10:30. I'm just wanted to do these fast getting into the market. I'm feeling the power. BMY, new licensing agreement. So how long does it last? Not sure. 69.69 next target, says Mick. Darth Diamond Hands. I like that response, man. That's hilarious. Lumber is hard, has dumped hard recently, but gold is rising. It means big drop in the markets in early June, Gavin Shear says. I'm not sure how correlated the lumber play will be. I mean, lumber's obviously in a massive, ridiculous market right now. But yeah, that'll be interesting. This is a good one from Kevin N. Shop needs a stock split. Absolutely, it does. That would be very beneficial for this stock. Hugely popular with the retail crowd, and yeah, would be very, very popular. I think that's the type of play that you want. So Shop's had some great supports in it recently. It's also had a very questionable kind of resistance play here because you've got this 1300 zone and you've got this 1280 zone. It's hard. Like, where do we get the resistance break, everyone? Is it 1300 then the resistance break comes in? Is it 1280 and then we take it? Big aggressive pickup here. In fact, percentage wise, you're looking at a 24% already. I think a split would be in order at some point for this if it hasn't already been done, which I assume it hasn't. And how do I trade it? I mean, I'd already be down in this level here. I'd probably be looking for a pullback now, maybe to like the 1200, which I think we've been waiting for a couple of days here. Get into all these moving averages, find huge buying pressure here, and then hopefully take it past 1300 up into the new highs. Shop's a great company. Obviously, it's a hyper stonk. It really needs great reports on it, and earnings always terrifies me. You can see the earnings around here and how it did actually quite nicely, but there's no clear zone. Let's go to the weekly, see if we can get any more data. Okay, so the weekly is going to give us the data here. It's why it pays to look around all the time frames. Weekly closure above 1240. Cool. All right, we're ready to rock. I feel pretty strongly about the weekly closure being the key here, and that's because it didn't hold here and it didn't hold here. It's a useful bit of information that we can use towards our next moves. So yeah, Shopify is looking good, man. Hopefully it can hold through this week. If it doesn't break 1300 and it kind of sits above this zone, I think that's really strong. And I also think any pullback back to this line here, this kind of 1235-ish area, should be pretty okay. Actually, wait a second, was it 1235? No, it wasn't. It was 1200 flat that we're looking for. But yeah, weekly is the key on that one. Definitely check it out. Cigar Gadhock super chatted Singapore 698. Thank you so much, man. Hey Tom, Microsoft 4-hour chart. I see a double bottom. Microsoft. Cool. I see a double bottom that proves to the all-time high. Want to enter after confirmation. Wait for the pullback candle to close. Oh, you do see the double bottom. Or do you wait? Great trade. Great spot. Something we did see in the community as well. We checked this out. Yeah, there's certain things here that really come together. It's like this is the meal deal for sure, because you've got a huge amount of breaks. You've got break of the downward sloping trend line. You've got the right consolidation. In fact, I would have been taking it probably, I probably would have been greedy. Knowing me, somewhere in here would be where I was. But I understand why you waited for this confirmation. So you've got the choice where it comes back down to this zone, and hopefully you get it as a pickup, and it comes back there. And then you're proofing it. So what you're doing is you're trying to take the distance from the bottom to the top, and you're saying, okay, that proofs to the high. And it pretty much does. It proofs very close. That's what we call proofing on the channel. We want to take a distance of a pattern and then see whether the market is pushing it to the next level or an all-time high, or et cetera, et cetera. And in this case, Microsoft looks really, really good. So I like the closure out here. I like the turnaround story. It makes sense to our Nasdaq play. It makes sense to everything else. Overall, it's a good chart. What happened on the 1 hour? Yeah, see, it was just this one big candle followed by not much. So how I do it, because I can't handle missing out, is... and that's just my psychology. You have to understand what type of person you are. There's actually a great test that someone's put in the Discord community. I think it's in the private one, but maybe we can share it in the public. And it tells you what kind of person or personality type you are. Now, if you get the same one as me, you're probably going to have a very similar psychology of me. And that is, I like having a little smidgen in on the close and a little smidgen in on the pullback. Why? And it's this reason alone. If it comes back, I don't feel bad because I get to get it at a cheaper price. So coming back, I celebrate it. If it goes forward, I celebrate as well because I'm in. So I never really miss out on either way. And that's the way I've scaled in through Forex over the years as well. It makes me feel better about the decisions that I'm making in the markets. So I really, really like that. But Saga, yep, this looks good. It proves pretty well. The double bottom's playing out here, and it's consistent with our Nasdaq and everything else thoughts. Hopefully it can hold up. Hopefully it can hold up. We got T-Raid and Thunderbolt. Super chat at $5. Watch Charlie and the Vids video on the Fed pumping the repo market. A solid video and signal to the market in the near future. I don't know who that is, dude. But okay. Charlie in the Vids. I don't really watch anyone else on the YouTubes in the financial sectors, but I assume it's a financial guy. Fed pumping repo market. Yeah, so that's become a story that people have been talking about. Look, I don't really think much has changed. I think that the market's being supported. And at this point, of course, for me anyway, I'm just basically following the price action on the charts. I'm going to kind of ignore a bit of the rhetoric around it because the charts are already going to be interpreting that for me. That's always the way I've done things, at least being more successful. And it's just because if you do it the other way and you start to fall into a lot of these news things, and I know people will always post news, it's great information on the YouTubes and people click it and they get really into it. Ultimately, the price action showing us what the news interpretation is. If there's a seasonal, I believe in those things. If there's some kind of statistic that's happened over time, I believe in those things. But storylines, they can often be there 1 week and then 2 weeks later, they're gone. Blue Army, no. You don't. I don't put Wyckoff in there. It's not worth using over the long term. The psychology behind the concept is the key to that method. The actual method itself is untradeable. I find it like it's untradeable over long term. Maybe you can use it on investing philosophies, kind of like Elliott Wave you can, but to trade it on the daily, very tough, very tough. T-Raiden Thunderbolt says he has definitive proof. Okay, I like definitive proof. You can share it to me in Discord and I'll have a look. Dude, your links are hijacked? What do you mean, man? I don't think my links are hijacked. Oh. This site is taking you outside of YouTube. Okay, go to the site. Oh, YouTube is sneaky. See that? See that, guys? That's new from YouTube. They don't want you to leave. You must not leave the channel. Repo market scares me, as it should. As it should. The repo market's ridiculous. The repo market is ridiculous. But also Japan is ridiculous. So you want to look at the story of madnesses, it's over there. Yeah, look, this SPCE thing's basically a new meme pump. We've been looking at it. I kind of filled the gap that I feel like it should have. I mean, maybe you guys like it. I don't particularly like it here. So you got the resistance across the top here, and you'll notice it's filled to that level. If you were in early, cool for you. If you weren't, oh well. Move on to the next one, guys. There's always another opportunity out there. INTC looking ripe. Interesting. Let's have a quick look at some other stocks and how they were moving. So number one, this stock I like a lot, but this stock moves too much. I kind of feel like this stock is overpriced. So the movement here was extreme. This is kind of like an Amazon play stock, SE. Just be careful on this chart. It's getting right up there. Big, heavy move. Notoriously at the moment, stuck in this boundary of kind of selling off aggressively. So be careful there. We'll move over to some of the other big players such as Amazon and others. I noticed yesterday Twitter went on a rampage. I'm now looking for a pullback on Twitter. Bang. I want this. $55, damn it. Imagine this, guys. It comes back to 55. We're looking for a big gap fill here. If Twitter can come back, it hits a 2 hour, 20 and 50 crossing. There's all these moving averages sitting right on that level. And then we hopefully can move up here to the $64. To the $64. That would be amazing. How does Japan handle their 2x GDP of debt ratio? Well, that's the thing, guys. You need to understand that, like, the money system's broken. They can't let it fail. It's not being handled other than low interest rates and printing in more money. I've said this since the start. They fundamentally destroyed money. It is destroyed. I know a lot of you will agree with this anyway, but the understanding here is they're going to push and nationalize debt. In Japan, their debt market is like 60, 70% in the bonds. They own them all themselves. They have to sell them to the market to create liquidity. It's ridiculous. So in the US, they're only about 30-something%. So what's going to happen is the US can pull their sheet so much higher over the years, as can many other countries. So this debt cycle will go, and then eventually we will have an epic, and I mean epic collapse. Now, will that happen next year? No. Will that happen in 10 years' time? Probably not. Will it happen during my lifetime? I'd say so. How do you protect from it? I don't think you can. I really don't think you can. I haven't found a way yet. I'll tell you guys if I believe there's a way. I mean, ultimately, necessities like things like land is really a big one, but specifically like food is the only real protection, or water, or some like basic human thing. But yes, they have blown the monetary system completely up. It will never be able to recover, and they can never stop. Never. Japan has nationalized debt and their population is shrinking. Exactly, Kevin. That's what they're going to do. It's an obliterated devil system now. You cannot fix it. So Twitter, all that resistance. Damn, guys. Look at the breakout that occurred. Stupid 2-hour trade was so aggressive here. The market is just, it's so fast, guys. It's so fast. So I'm looking for, ideally something like this. We'll be following it on the channel, but a little bit sad the closure there was so aggressive. For that one, too much. I have to wait now, be like patient. But Twitter was a great one for someone that picked up on it yesterday, and they were getting all aggressive about this level. Very cool on the 55s there for Twitter. We'll continue to go over Square, one that we've followed here on the channel. I think it had a breakout yesterday. Hit the 50, which is a little bit of a problem because, of course, you have sold off the 50 before, and you're right there. Square's going to need BTC just to get sentiment to at least stabilize here a little bit. But this is a good basing formation, and I like that kind of thing that's occurring at the correct levels. It's happening around that 200-ish zone. You'll notice volume really spiked yesterday, came in hard at the close, 5.5%. There's a lot of momentum that can get into Square. Remember that 210 to 250 area is certainly ripe in terms of movement. And we're seeing this across most of the hyperstonks. We're seeing it through TDOC. We're seeing it like little kind of trying to break out through here, through all these ones. We're seeing it through Fastly. We saw that before. Even Enphase is trying to make it above this previous support, acting as resistance. It's tough stuff out there. It's tough stuff. Have I done Tesla? No, but I'll do it right now. 606, guys, you finally got it. And we're being rewarded by a little smidgen today. You got $4 in the open. 606, strong breakout. Consolidation, hopefully, is over. Hopefully, we've now made a decision. Where's the decision go? I think it's the devil number, 666. Support, hopefully resistance somewhere around here is where I expect the market to kind of top out for at least the day traders. And yeah, I mean, Tesla had a great day on it yesterday. This is a very important day as far as I see it on the charts. Now, could you always be wrong? Of course, but it's the type of thing that I'm looking for. Consolidation. The breakout down here never counted. Remember that, because it wasn't a red candle. It was a gap followed by bullish momentum. We got straight back in there. We can negate the candle. We can draw it out. We go, get out of here. Get out of here, dirty candle. And then we get the new one, which broke out. That's a clear, definitive break. Things are looking positive, hopefully, towards the 666. Hopefully, Harry can come back in the room. We need him here. I miss him, guys. I miss him. Siddharth made a thing. And, oh, man, the memes, guys. The memes are too funny. Let me have a look here. What have I got? Oh, there's a new meme. It's got me in it. I'm not sure a fence will help this one. when I was watching Dot and it got monstered. Yeah, that's true. I could not handle that. Was the most epic thing I've ever seen in crypto, when Dot was getting obliterated. That was insane. This one's pretty funny as well. Oh. And it says here, Tom crying for the return of Harry. It's true, guys. We need him back. Did Harry get liquidated? I don't know. I don't actually know the guy. I just think it was awesome to have a big Tesla bull in the room. Like, we got J-Rock. Shout out to you, J-Rock, the true AMC god of the room here, man. I'm sure he's somewhere, guys. He'll be out. All right, let's move over to Apple. Apple. Resistance. The rotten apple could become the beautiful... no, that probably doesn't make sense. The rotten apple may become not rotten. So here we've got the 128, and it's clearly resistance. It's a great breakout zone, and I'm keen to see it break out from this level. Again, it will come with the Nasdaq 4 hour. You can see it's found 1, 2, 3 resistance. If we think about the next level of where it's going to go, then it's going to be hopefully back up to the 135 fairly aggressively as well. Good base formation, similar to the Microsoft play. Double bottom is what we're looking at. See all these 8 hour or daily moving averages. They're all acting as resistance. So once you clear the 128, you're through them. What does that mean? They all become support, guys. And then we can take it much, much higher. I'm a fan of charts like that. It's really good. So we just need a Tesla bull and I'll be happy. Yeah, I like having, the community is awesome because some of you guys are like squeeze guys. Some of you guys are crypto guys. I love it all. Like I like Forex as well. Like I trade it all. I love it all except for soft commodities. Soft commodity people, get out of here. Get out of here, soft commodity people. Don't want none of those twisters to come over and attack my soft commodities ever again. I have nightmares about that, guys. Stupid twister. Not only did it destroy people's houses, it destroyed my wheat trade. Why would the twister do that to me? So let's have a look here at Amazon. Still a bit of weakness here in Amazon. People are saying, oh, it's up pre-market and it's looking good. Yeah. I mean, I like Amazon. It's very sluggish here. Clearly, the market is not loving it with all the news and stuff coming out about it. I probably prefer to take this part of participation. So once we clear 3,300, I'm going to get pretty bullish on it, I think. And I don't care about the 3.4. I kind of want like a 3.5 plus. So trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak is my concept here on Amazon. I want to see more from this stock. However, if the Nasdaq does end up coming for the party and cracks through 13,800, I may change my mind and just go, okay, well, I think this is a bit undervalued and it's I think the Nasdaq's going to move higher, and therefore you can pick something like that. Now, we're 11 minutes off the open. You guys know what time it is. It's time for you to pick what you would like to see on the charts. So we've got, of course, 4 charts. We don't really have 4 charts though, because you guys always select Tesla. So we'll pop Tesla down here. What else do you want to see into the open, everybody? Vote now on what you want to see and we'll pop it there. It's a community channel. It's not about me. It's about what you guys want to have a look at. Louis Chiarotti, Super Chat of $1.99. Mac finally went over 1480. When to sell? Nice. MAC. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice, dude. Lewis, you feeling good? Feeling good about your Mac coming through here? Nice, dude. Yeah, that's a strong resistance break. I like it. But the question is, what is this? Oh my God, that's the stupid squeeze of some kind. Is every one of these squeeze stocks just coming back or something? Oh, that's a significant breakout. Let's go to the daily. Is it some kind of volume coming through? Just a closure above. Like a secret assassin. Jeez, where do you take it? I mean, I don't know if I'd target this kind of madness. 15, just under 20? Keep watching the volume, man. I'd be like laser-eyed on that volume, actually. I'd be laser-eyed on how the volume trades through the session. And I'd also get like a social proofing kind of website and see whether it's got some interest in it over the last couple of days. See if it's on some meme group or something like that. Yeah, very important breakout that happened. Some volume spike, which is consistent with the bullishness. But I would love to see it up there in the 18 plus range. Okay, so what are you guys voting on? It looks like plenty of things. People want gold and silver. Let's have a quick look at gold and silver. Go to 4 hour here. We've got 8 minutes till the market opens, everybody. BTC in the middle of the limbo land. So we've got no big picks there at this stage. We will go through if we do see anything though. Yeah, I just want 18. Look at this. It's so obviously traded by a huge amount of people in Asia. They love 8s. And I can say 1888 is a cool number for this to break out of. So imagine if we get a closure above here. I think 1900 will get smoked, and I think it's like the 1930 here for gold. I don't quite like the charts at this point. I'm very happy it turned around. I think also to have a bearish candle like this fully reversed on the 4 hour, significant stuff. And yeah, 1888, that's all we're looking for. Silver, still stuck in the zone. I have no interest in buying in here from a trade perspective. If it hits the bottom, maybe you can get lucky and say, oh, well, I want to see a turnaround here, look for candles, get the bullish movement. But I'm looking for a 28 plus close for resumption back up to the 30, ideally. So we've got it trapped. Nothing's changed there at this stage. Lewis again, good luck on the other one. Mitchell Miller, whoa, US $20. Mitchell, thank you so much. Tom, you are the best at what you do. Appreciate it, man. Always time for a fun spec play. Please take a look at AMC to ID major support levels and breakout zones. No worries, Mitchell. We'll do it now. Thank you. Give you a clap, Mitchell. Some claps in the chat, guys, for Mitchell. That's a big donation. $20. Much appreciated. Let's have a look at AMC. I don't even have it on my chart anymore. You can tell I get bored. And I just go to the next one. That's what happens when you've done it for like 12 years. All right. So this is good squeezing. The $12, nice, by the way. Nice. $12 support, a little bit of range. It's acting pretty cool from a technical perspective. So I think you need to figure out your trigger for getting the next move up. So obviously you've got this good base at 12. You know this now. You've got the resistance. It's found support. Let's have a look at how the 1 hour traded in here. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. So go back over to the 4 hour. Okay. 4 hour 20. 4 hour 20. Nah, that's not going to be a thing. I'm just looking for kind of like reoccurring patterns because they, contrary to popular belief, these squeezes are working to technicals, but they're working more to technicals that are based on really kind of like primal ape psychology. It's ape psychology here. That's why they stop at the levels, and when it gets past, it's like ape strong, and then they all go long. That's how I like to think about it anyway. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so no daily above. What is this? Because even the smidgen of a daily above seems to have led to huge pressure. It's like somebody does like analysis and then goes, oh, it's above. We saw that with the 10. We had analyzed it down here and we went psycho when it went like this, and the next day it was at $14. Yeah, I really like getting a 14.30 plus close, man, on the daily. I actually also like it on the 4 hour. 14.30 plus close. Ooh, you probably need to dial it in. I'm just trying to be careful here with the level. Daily again. So no daily has ever... I think daily might be the better signal. So yeah, daily 14.30 plus, very significant. Next zone, 16. The reason that 15 is not a big deal is when you go into the 2 hour, previously, it gapped super hard. So if you look over here, see how it always went 16 plus, 16, 16, 16. 15 was never a consideration. So I wouldn't consider it again. 15, don't care. 16, do care. 18, don't care. 20, I do care. That's my thoughts on this. And it does look good at this stage. Good luck on that one, sir. I appreciate your big donation, and I wish you all the best in your squeeze endeavors on the market. Where's my 4 screener? What the... I've lost it, guys. Now we'll make another one. Let's go back up. Let's see what everyone picked. So we'll put the Tesla on the chart. We've got this one set. We'll put it on the 5 minute. We'll get the Tesla on the 5 minute. Let's scroll up here. AAPL, Nasdaq, Spotify. Spotify's a good one. Tweeters. AMD, Ford. No bots today. No, it's slow mode. We've got no bots. QQQ, dunking, space, gold, silver chart time. Yeah, we did that. PLTR, CCIV, GameStop. Oh man, you guys are all over the place. Okay. Geez, I don't even know. I need to have like a little chart for... I think I'm going to have to do this a better way because you guys are just going all over the place with your picks. PLTR, we'll go with that, which is good because everyone's got a different thing they're looking at. And then I'll just go to here and click on the pre-market for a big company. that's coming in hot. We'll go with Trade Desk, TTD, because it's got news. All right, there we go. So we're set here 3 minutes before. We've got another donation coming through as well. Edgar Gomez, US $2. Please have a look at Plug. Greetings from Peru. Well, hello, Edgar. Hopefully you're going well in Peru today. Never been there. Must admit, I don't know much about it, but I'm sure it's a beautiful place to live. Let's go and click on Plug. Okay. I think nothing's changed from our last analysis here. $30 still remains the only way we can go long. The reason why, look at this intersection, 50 and 200 daily, most important chart. We got 200 SMA and a 50 exponential, often where retracements occur to, but a closure above that, significant. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 on Plug. I even have an alert here, I believe, on another program where I'm looking for a 30 plus closure. So not a bad pick, but you need that. And I actually would prefer it does this. Because guess what you're going to have there? A really sick inverse head and shoulders. It's going to be sick. So thank you for the donation. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Current price action looks to be consolidating. Little closure above 28, 23 should give you your $30. Good luck on it. BTC moving strong here, 37,600. We are 1 minute off the open. Looks like market's going to open fairly flat, up 0.15. US 100 up 0.37. So we're looking good there as well. Let's play the bell for you guys. Let's get it done. Opening bell. Whew. Congratulations, making it to Tuesday. Market open. It should play by the time you guys get into the stream. Neo, please. Yeah, I've been mean to you guys. I haven't done Neo in a while. So we are opening in 20 seconds. Let's see how this stuff gets done. We will watch the Nasdaq actually over here. 5 minute Nasdaq, 13,708. Expectations of full resistance, 13,750 to 13,8. And if it gets to those zones, I expect selling off those levels, specifically 13.8. Very cool. And here we go. So we've got a 607 on the strike for Tesla, only up 0.22%. Palantir opens 0.8. What have we got down in these percentages? So we have Square opening 0.53. TDOC actually trying to break high. I'll show you this. So TDOC, you can see actually yesterday it had its first break high off the 4-hour bottom. Fairly strong, I believe, for TDOC. Volume is coming into that share as well. It's been nasty, but it is coming through. SE up 1%, so that's pretty nice. Genomics from ARKG up 0.39. RK up that. And Nasdaq currently holding through. BTC returning back, and Trade Desk opens at 5.55. I'll put BTC there. We'll go down to a 5 minute for that and watch it. Oh, in fact, that's a good closure on a 5 minute here for BTC, snapping a nice level of consolidation. Big trade came through, obviously some volume spike here as well, possible pullback and then pick up. So that's a nice consolidation on a very small time frame. If I was a scalper, I'd be looking at that going, okay, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's go around the markets. What is up the most? So we've got Coinbase opening 2.56, still trading around the 230. If you believe in coins and you don't want to own the coins themselves, still relatively cheap here for Coinbase, considering it was at double that valuation on the open. Got Baidu 2.36, could be good turnaround story also for JD and the Barbers. We'll have to look at that a little bit more. Look at that 2.47 right now. Spotify 1.32, Nvidia up. Nvidia is super hard to trade right now. Earnings result as well. So if you're wondering what's happening through later on this week, whoops, where are we? There we go. We've got Nvidia after the close Wednesday. We've got Snowflake as well. I expect that to be around that 240 zone. Salesforce, Costco as well. Big numbers coming through there. This is a great chart as well if you're looking at why the market's going along, because retail is dumping call options. They have not been big on calls, which means the market is ready to make it big again. And if we get a chart like this that's up in these levels again, like up these highs with calls, we need to be very cautious in the markets where retail's buying those, because it's unlikely Wall Street's going to give them any money. That's not what we see there. Whoa. There we go, 13,737 now on the Nasdaq. Went off the screen there for a second, 0.57 up. It's good. We expect early pump here and then some consolidation if it hits those zones. So it's playing out, guys. The community's been good. TDOC also just firing there, 2.54. I feel like TDOC had a breakout yesterday. It's a crap thing. It's so crap. I hated having to close that before the earnings. But the consolidation, guys. Twitter, yeah, that's probably not going to have much follow through on it right now. Square on the breakout, 1.38 as well. So things are looking a little bit better here. Tesla, that's nasty. PLTR supposedly has a moon under it. Let's have a look here. Oh, 21.55. Can you guys hold a closure day? Click on Palantir daily. Look, you need to get through this zone. Resumption must incur. So we need a nice daily closure above here so you can go target your 24 pluses again. Apple pumping. Yeah, Apple up 0.87. Really nice movement there. Across the board, this is nice movement through all Nasdaq. I'm really proud of the community for getting this right. You guys have done well. The quick switch that we had to make the other day from being bearish to bullish just shows what trading takes. It also shows what investing takes. Sometimes you're going to think like, we thought the Nasdaq would go to 12.7, but we saw that 13,000 hit. We saw the quick rebound and we had to switch. What can you do? The price action is telling you that. You got to leave your opinion at the door and trade what the price action is telling you. Otherwise, you get stuffed. And that's the problem with news, with the crap that you hear everywhere. It's just too much stuff and you end up getting confused. So I think, look, the Nasdaq, that's been a big turnaround, 300 plus points in only a few days. It's been pretty nice. We'll see whether it holds through. I think we are testing resistance here on the Nas. So that was the futures resistance just there. And again, you go over to the real market, NDX, you bring up like a 4 or 2 hour chart, and you'll notice this is a key critical zone of problems for the Nasdaq. So previous supports, little bit of resistance. There will be kind of pressure through this area. And that's why if you were here, what a great trade yesterday. If you're here, day traders may take some profit. We'll have to see whether it keeps firing. Love the Tesla FOMO trap, says Darth Sidious. AMC, let's go. Is it going that good? Yeah, $14, pretty strong, 2.85 up. Hopefully it can close above the 14.30 on the high. Square on the move. Yeah, Square is a powerful stock when it gets through. So is TDOC if it gets through. But it has to get through and hold through. Again, pretty much this is hyper stonks. And I think next up is going to be genomics. So genomics, weird healthcare companies. I think they're sleeper hits, but don't expect them to fire in like a day. They're going to fire maybe 6 months' time, maybe 12 months' time, but they will fire. And when they fire, I suspect it's going to be sustained for a couple of years, which would be awesome. JJ Rap Savage says, get ready to switch to bear after all-time highs are reached on Friday. Yeah, possibly. We don't know yet. We have to follow the price action. AMC at 14.18 right now. We can't check every one of these stocks, guys. Sorry. Is Neo back? I will check Neo because we have a fair following here. Ooh. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you want to see, dude. You'd hope these aren't false breaks. Yeah, that's a strong play by Neo. So you've got like your... No, there's not really a trend line there, but let's just call it through these points, whatever it is. The horizontal's the point here. So that 34 break above is good. Could be still pull back to this zone, but I wouldn't be too concerned as long as you pick up off that. 42.50 would be the target as well. So yeah, Neo, that's a strong candle and a nice movement yesterday. Hopefully you're back. You've certainly got rid of a lot of that downtrend kind of false maybe breakout to the low. And that's why I say shorting's hard in stocks, because look at the false breakouts that can occur. Like when this happens, you think, oh, it's going all the way to $20. But stocks are overall optimistic carriers. Like you basically buy them and you have to have optimism in them. And in this case, that's what's showing. 50 moving average still holding. This is looking a lot better for this. In fact, I would love to see it break above this and close. Looking good for Neo. Did you see Chinese stock Shanghai comp? I didn't have a look. Do I have the Shanghai composite in here? What the hell's the code for the Shanghai comp, guys? I don't know where it is. I usually just search it in Google. I don't actually buy any particular stock, but let me have a look here at JD for a second. Nice. Go to the 2 hour. Okay. Because I wouldn't mind owning JD. Or probably not Barber, but JD. Is it close? Damn. So close. CN50? Is that actually it though? GME just broke through your line, I believe. I'll take a look at GME in a sec. It's all happening here today, guys. So Nasdaq 13.7 up 0.3, but it is being followed by fairly strong plays. You can still see TDOX performing quite well. With some bit of a hidden volume there, I feel. This is so close. This is so close. Yeah, really, really, really close. Let's have a look at GME. We'll watch JD tomorrow. 184, not through it yet. So these are the lines we've got drawn here. And you can see where I want the closure. I changed nothing. I leave it there for you guys. So you can see where we were weeks ago and where we are now. We correctly picked. We correctly pick. Now we want to see a closure. When the closure occurs, what are we going to do? We're going to take the distance of this line. We're going to extrapolate that out. And we're going to come up with conclusions to whether we think there's some resistance around there, maybe like a 230 initially. But I think the closure above here really opens the gates to some pretty big plays on GME. So GME could really start firing hard. The problem is if GME fires hard, I kind of don't want it to because it has a tendency to ruin long trades in the Nasdaq. so guys, slow it down. It's okay. Just have a little breather. And you can do it in like a couple of months, yeah? Come back in August, September for me, all right? August, September. I don't want you to do it right now. Is that all right? You can squeeze for a while, you can feel good, and then you can make your money back then. Weed stocks, yeah. Why is JD close? Because kind of like the downward slope is ending and also the movement here. So you think about this, like the downward sloping rejections are ending, plus 75 is starting to get tested. So I'm looking for, a lot of people are looking here at this 73. They're looking for closures above there, and then they're going to take it long. You also need to think about the moving averages. So we have not closed or above the moving average. There's 20 the whole way up, except for just here recently. So it's super close to getting that formation. It's like Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin formate. And that means it's getting a lot stronger. Look, guys, so we can do this every day. I hope everybody does have an excellent trading session or an excellent day in investment. Obviously, we are feeling still pretty bullish about the overall day. TDOC looking like some yeehaw right now, 2.99%. That closure was good. Hopefully, it continues up. It's got a lot of room to go on that one. But yeah, overall, the market's looking all right. Bitcoin's still consolidating. I think it looks all right. I'm not too concerned about crypto at this stage. I just want to see 42.5 being broken from Bitcoin, and then we can resume some uptrend here and really get that stabilization through. Markets look overall fairly strong for the session. Gold will only get strong once it gets through 1888. Silver's in the middle of nowhere land. And US oil, which we didn't cover just now, looking good. So if Johnny's there, I want to see a 66.50 plus breakout close, and that means that we can resume some oil trades as well. It's all good. Hype, please, says Mike D. I'll leave you guys with the hype. You need it today because that AMC stuff is really what it's all about. It's very, very strong. So let's do some hype. I'll leave it with... Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Here you go. You can have the full play out, guys. The full play out for the exit. Here we go. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for the stream. We'll probably do it 1 hour before market open as well. I kind of like this 1 hour session. Then we do 10 minutes in, And we'll keep doing that for the time being. And if the market goes crazy, of course, I'll bring it into a 2.5 hour stream if necessary. So I'll announce that on the channel whenever possible. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and we'll see you tomorrow. Spyburn007 says, is there any hope for BlackBerry bag holders? I don't know. I must admit, I'm not a squeeze professional. It's not really my style. My style is been around for a long time. The squeeze is I probably don't think so, but it's obviously coming through other squeezes right now, and GME wise, you can see the other stuff. Paul Nanny says, I just checked my trade history and I once bought ANC for $16. Damn. Thank you again for the donations tonight as well, everyone. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ricky. Yeah, I'll fix that free technical analysis thing. And also, Kim, I'll sort your CRM soon.